and
Correct.
revitalizing the town, expanding the town?
Nothing. What I'm pointing out is the government.
All right, we don't. No. Please don't talk about it again. That was essentially
it's not the government.
If
That's
they
not
have
what I
that, they can make moves with it. That's the whole point.
Nobody argued that. Y'all, Jesus.
That's the
This
whole
is what
point.
I'm saying.
But people what I'm saying. Let's talk about facts now, okay? Because we all think about what we think. We got to get out our heads, and we got to sometimes source up now, so that we could get out our heads sometimes, right?
So which source would you like?
Is it legal to create your hometown in the U.S.? They said yes. In theory, people do this in two ways. You have to buy the land and build a private community. It's totally legal. It could be called ethnic community if you want to, but it's going to operate like a HOA and not like a government.
Correct.
To incorporate a town or a city, they said, listen, to incorporate a town or a city, this is the hard part. Keep it. They said to incorporate a town or a city, this is the hard part to become an official town. You must buy or control land. You must meet state population requirements. You must provide public service, police, fire, roads, utilities. You must hold elections and follow state and federal law and get state approval. But you cannot legally exclude people by race because that would violate the Fair Housing Act, the same Civil Rights Act that we was running around claiming, and the 14th Amendment. You know what I'm saying? So it still will be a way about doing it, but this could all be done legally in real time.
So going back to what I said from the beginning, niggas love to follow the rules even when we watching people break them. I'm pointing out that it's a town in Arkansas that's admitted they're not doing a lot of that. They're not having no town they're not having no town votes on get you to understand.
Hold on.
Oh my Jesus, you can't.
So are you advocating that black people break the law?
Hold on, because you keep framing it wrong.
I'm not framing anything wrong. I can't frame anything right if you won't let me finish.
We broke down the frame of.
I never said a town can't be started.
The only thing stopping is some money.
You literally just said
organization and some leadership.
I literally said in order for you to do any of this, the government has to approve. The state government or the state government has to approve of everything you just said, right, Uda?
Okay, so again.
All right, so what I'm pointing out is if the state government says we want to do this, we're going to overlook these things with white people. I can give you examples of white towns where they're overlooking that.
No, you are trying to put that in there.
Money and organization. So we really need the main thing is money and some organization. Then you start getting into the legals and start getting whatever you need to do. But
man, before look, I get all that. Before we get into that, how many black people want to live around nothing but black people? First of all,
that's another question.
I do.
I ain't not.
Yeah, I think most of us
never live around all white
dangers
people.
And that shit. And I might live 2, 3, 5 blocks away from your ass. Come shop with you. But the truth is, nah. I'm gonna live over here with these other mixture of all races of people, including black. And I'm gonna leave you niggas over there by yourselves, because we already know what happens when we live around each other. Okay, your kids come breaking in my goddamn house.
Absolutely not.
Yes,
that's
not
true.
Now you know I'm kind of exaggerating. But
niggas is wild out here.
That's not true.
We need each other more than ever right now.
That was crazy.
Niggas is crazy.
We said black folks. We didn't say nothing about friends.
I was talking about the.
Nah, they the same people. That's what I'm saying.
Is there going to be like is there going to be a section between the all black town and the white people?
Yeah, it's going to be y'all. It's gonna be y'all. Y'all gonna be between us.
Okay, I just want to make sure that I get to shop at both. That's all.
Stop acting like they not
friends. Be different though.
Them friends be different. I don't
Be honest, Ryan. Can you be honest for a second? How many friends on this panel right now? Go ahead, Sharon.
We got 2.
We got at least a friend of a friend.
We got 2. We got Kate. We got KT like and the Emperor. KT and the Emperor is the only friends on this panel right now.
Believe me, if I was a friend, bro, I would not sound the way I sound. Friends don't mess with me, bro. Hey, friends are my biggest haters, bro.
Different from each other. And we talking about like if we want a black community, y'all niggas is literally saying black people aren't the same if we call them by.
Hey,
like,
y'all more friendly than I am.
Hey, listen, white people in West Virginia are trailer park trash. This is one of the lowest poorest states in the country. When they talk about problems in our country, they don't start pointing out West Virginia like that. And now, and listen, white people, even if they know, we don't really fuck with that group of white people. The last thing they gonna do is really get get into it about the shit in front of others. We are so quick to be like, we ain't niggas, just like them. This is crazy to me. Yes, you are. Regardless of how we look at it, in the white people's eyes, you are a nigga. You are. That's just being honest.
We can't think about what whoever thinks.
Well, I don't know, man.
We're not in the system.
Apparently, in the black community, you are.
Not true for shit.
Hold up, KT.
Hold on, let's slow down 1
Why do
second.
we all in the house?
Hold on. So you mean to tell me the only super pro black person here is not living around black people? That's wild.
Who? I got a house in North Carolina. It's not like
You do live in West Virginia, sir, which might be it's got to be one of the whitest states in the country.
I point that out all the time. Does this negate that for basically 30 years of my life I've spent in a mostly black place? No,
but you moved away from that when you got enough
to
money.
get land because the land was cheaper.
But hold on. We're not about to disrespect North Carolina like that. I live in North Carolina. There's plenty of land cheap down here. You don't need 64 acres.
There's no land near
your line.
Anywhere near the price of what it costs in West Virginia.
Yeah, but you don't need 64 acres, so you could have bought 10 acres for, let's say, $100,000.
Yeah, that's
okay, and that's plenty of enough.
That alone is 3 times what I paid for the whole land I got right now.
And look at what you're getting. North Carolina has a better education system, has a better healthcare system, has a better it has better beaches, it has the mountains, it has everything. It has cities
in West Virginia.
That's the point.
AR,
what's up?
I met 2 people from West Virginia one time, white people, bro. You know they were white.
Yeah,
they told me never go to West Virginia, homie. I said, is there anybody there that look like me, little chocolate, little you?
Not many, buddy.
That's not true. They literally call Huntington, West Virginia, little Detroit.
I lived outside of Charleston for a little bit.
Abandoned and destitute.
Let's get back to the top. So the thing is that first of all, the main pro-black person here, he moved away from black folks. That's
supposed pro-black.
And so that's number one. Number two, we could already build our own cities now. We could already build our own town now.
Nobody's arguing that. I think y'all just missing. I'm saying
who you taking with
what you do. Listen, for instance, with me in my land, right?
As one of the grandmas.
Absolutely, Bomb. You're gonna be the one that's gonna. You're gonna be the one that is gonna be in the what's it called? The community garden. You're gonna be running the community garden, Bomb.
There you're right.
So I'm gonna just make this really easy. For instance, with me and my land, bro.
Brownsville. Come on, give us some more names up here.
I'm taking Brownsville. I'm taking Uda.
Don't let Diva bully you into not taking
gonna
it, bro.
Be doing?
You ain't gotta do that, man. She's not even here right now. You can say it. She's not even here. You can say it, man.
I don't know if y'all want to come to my town. My town gonna be too nice.
Real quick for y'all. I have this land I have in West Virginia. I know I said that my end goal is to basically make a town, right? What I'm saying is, in order for me to get my town, you have to do things through the government. The government's going to allow it or not. One of the things I have a problem with already is it's a white dealership in Lower West Virginia. They own a lot of, how would you say, like,
drugs.
They're in with a lot of people. Yeah, they do that also, but they're in with a lot of government people, the people who do the regulations, and if you buy a club building or something, the people who come through and inspect and all that. So we haven't got into it yet, but I tried to own a property in the bottom of West Virginia at one point. I literally for 4 years had a building that I could not open and turn into a club or anything because they were literally getting in my way to stop that. So all I'm pointing out is
they don't want your strip clubs out here.
No, they have plenty of strip clubs in that motherfucker. But anyway, but it's the fact that it's a black strip club, right? That's the difference here. That's a really big difference. So all I'm pointing out is in the government, period.
Are you sure it's not because you don't have a cosigner? Because that matters.
Let's not interject with jokes. Go ahead, KT.
Yeah, I was about to say that doesn't really matter.
Now, we do need KT to come because KT, the pro-blacks, they gonna protect the city. When the people come in, Uda too. Uda gonna be the
absolutely not. KT's gonna be like, but he could have. KT gonna be like, he could have did the crime, but did he do the crime? We don't know if he actually.
Nah, nigga, that's the difference between me and you. I'm not even gonna play these games.
The thing that we're talking about, the stolen product in his hand, but we're not sure if he was gonna eventually play. Just because he left the store doesn't mean he was gonna actually steal it. He could have been walking to his car to get his money and
what
walk
KT
back
knows is let's
to
go
the
off the
store
facts. I'm not gonna add on the third party
and pay for it. All I'm saying, we don't know what the man was going to do just because He walked out the store with the product.
No, that ain't true. You walked out the store with the product. You stole it. We're not going to argue that. Now, if you want to argue about what was he going to do after he stole the product, that's the only place I could do that. But this is all I'm saying. For us to get a town anywhere, the government you're going through is most likely a majority of white government. North Carolina, like you said, hey, are you there? Great example, right? We're still predominantly held over by redlining, correct? Like most of our governors in our all black cities are still white. I mean, mayors.
Okay, so
the governor of the
like
state,
they're
still white because redlining changes.
Look. This is how you do it. Hold on. So this is the issue that you are overlooking, KT. If I was to go buy 64 acres of land somewhere else, let's say Wyoming, because it's like $1 a square foot or some shit, 50 cents. And then I tell all of my viewers, you have, hey, listen, this is how much it's going to cost to buy your land. You can build what you want to build. And what is stopping us from doing that? I don't have to blatantly say that it's all black for it to be an all black town. It's easy to build it up.
It's nothing stopping us from starting it. It is many things stopping us from it thriving. Nothing stopped us from starting Black Wall Street. What stopped us from Black?
So what is stopping us from thriving in our own town? If it's
so again, we're talking about the government oversight. I'm doubting anywhere in America truly wants a all black city that's really
doesn't matter what they want.
That's
okay, hold on. So hold on. What is this oversight that you keep talking about? I don't understand.
Hey, cuz I never got a chance to answer your question. Right. What is the biggest impediment to black people creating these black towns, right? In my opinion, the biggest impediment is our mindset, which is based upon individualism versus collectivism, right? Which is why I said that that integration was the origin of our collective dysfunction. What I meant by that, I didn't mean that integration was overall harmful, right? Obviously, there's benefits to integration, right? We have more access, we have more protection, et cetera, et cetera. You can go down the line to say, okay, what were the benefits of integration, right? But I'm talking about the negative aspects of integration was detrimental to our collective organization, such as we have less black enterprise compared to what we had prior to integration. We have less black schools compared to what we had prior to integration. We had more black families, right? Less degeneracy in our community, right? The percentage of black families being married, being together, being incorporated was a lot higher prior to integration. So what I believe was stopping us is that individual mind frame that we have, and it's going to be very difficult to get us from that individual mind frame back to a collective mind frame.
Yeah, we wasn't collective back then. Like it was a lot of, like you saying, a lot of things that's not true. But I get why you're saying it, because we was all in these certain areas, but there's a lot of things that stop people from getting married that has nothing to do with integration.
Right? But hold on.
Fact. You gotta let us respond to you. You didn't let us respond to you, brother. Like everybody else.
And hold on, and let me just allow everybody understand. My wife has a lot of black in her. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
A whole bunch of
you talking about that night, that don't count.
Listen.
So hold on, Edelman, before you go, Edelman, right? I want to get clarification from the queen, right? I said a lot of things that weren't true. So are you saying that prior to integration, we had less prominent black enterprise, we had less black banks, less black schools, less black entrepreneurship?
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of black banks. You making it seem like we had
that is a lie. I love you, Dom. That's a lie.
Hold on, I don't need no help, KT. I don't need no help. Right? I'm asking you, Queen, can you substantiate that?
Yeah, let's go. I'll go look it up.
Right, and when you look it up, you'll find that prior to integration, we had more black banks, we had more black schools, We have more black prominent enterprise, and I'm sure Queen PH Diva can also substantiate that as well.
Yes, we had black schools where the books and the information shared wasn't up to par, right? Do you agree with that?
Well, you're saying that it was substandard, so if they were in substandard conditions, so they probably was worn, pages missing. However, the flip side of that, we was actually teaching our children, right?
Yeah. But we was less educated.
We could we're less educated, and we could teach our kids today.
That I totally disagree with that. We were less educated.
Less educated.
We were.
That's a fallacy.
Okay, but hold on.
Substantiate that.
So, but black families at its highest was after integration. It wasn't before integration.
That is not true.
Because we keep making this, we keep arguing this point like the crack era didn't happen, right? Like we think that integration was the thing that kind of really destroyed the black community, but it was the crack era that really destroyed the black community.
I believe that happened as a side effect of integration.
No, we would have. So you trying to say that the reason we did crack with the black people did crack because of integration?
Let me point something out. Let's look at how white people were acting when black people were doing good. Let's look at how white people were acting. Their society was going down. They had the mob. They had all these different issues that black people didn't have at that time, dramatically. See what I'm saying?
What issues
talking about the 1800s, bro? We're talking about the 1800s.
You're not underwear substandard living. Like, are we talking about the masses more, the majority, or y'all want to talk about the small collective group who, were educated, had money, and were living in influential communities? What are you talking about?
Yeah, most of black people before integration was doing horrible. I don't know why we keep trying to paint this picture like we was
lying.
No, this is true.
This is true.
I'm gonna give y'all the quickest one that we just talked about.
Bro.
Banks, right?
Let me finish my statement.
Quick one. And if
y'all you can respond. You can respond.
How can that be true? Listen,
you don't have to.
We had over 150 black-owned
why is he talking
banks,
while I was in the middle of a sentence, Sharon?
Nigga, you just always talking, bro. Nobody's gonna talk in Sharon.
That's exactly what Bomb Cherry was talking about when she said she don't want to live around y'all, man.
But the point that I'm saying is the majority. Hold on. This is. We need to stop. I don't know why it's almost like we keep trying to say white people are trying to rewrite history, Bomb. Black people are really trying to rewrite history. We was struggling. The reason they was marching is because their life was so much subpar under white people. Like this idea that black people was thriving and we had these amazing communities. That is like that's not true. I don't know why we keep trying
to say we were fighting. We was, even though things was great, but we went out there to march. So for what?
No, things aren't perfect in no situation. No situation or anything.
You're not saying perfect.
So we were marching, like I said from the beginning, we were marching because we wanted them to leave us the fuck alone and give us the equal rights that they.
Marching. No.
Yes, we were never asking for integration, y'all.
Listen to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You need to go listen to.
I study a lot of this. Even what y'all was saying about banks. Let me point that out really quickly. The black peak of bank ownership was 153 black-owned banks. This was before 1935.
Okay, but how many
segregation. Listen. By 1990, there were less than 30 black-owned banks.
Okay.
Today, there's less than 12 black-owned banks.
Can you?
Like they did back then, where the federal government wasn't insuring the money. You don't understand. You can have a building and tell everybody it's a bank and have them come give money and everything. But if the federal government isn't gonna secure it, then what you have? And that's what we had back then.
And to respond to Edelman, right? I brought up the black marital rate. So in 1960, Edelman Williams, the black marital rate was around 63%. You go to 1970, right? 1970, so that's before the crack era. It went all the way down to 35%, right? So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that integration was all bad. What I'm saying, when it came to our collective being as black people, it was the origin of our collective dysfunction. Because even when we get on these panels today, Edelman, everybody's gonna say what works for them and their family, right? Well, I'm prospering, I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
The tribalism.
For myself. right?
I get it.
But not many people are getting up here talking about, hey, how are we building as a community? Hey,
That's
let's get together and let's
But
build
y'all wasn't
school.
born. You can't talk about a time that you didn't grow up in.
Exactly. That's why we're talking about now.
Yeah, but this is the thing, right? He just mentioned from 60 to 70. But when did integration actually happen? What year was that?
Past the 70s.
Yeah, I was about to say 68, I believe.
Well, I know Sharon was there.
Right. So he's talking about 2 years, and he say a significant drop, and he want to blame it on integration, and it's not true. And even
legal
when we see in 65,
segregation
them kids
was ended
walked
with
to
the
school,
Civil Rights Act
even in
of
69.
1964. The Civil Rights Act of
when
1964 ended legal segregation.
Yes. And in 65, they were fighting to get people in there. In 69, when I was born in the South, they still was having problems.
Yeah.
Black people didn't move out soon as integration happened, and we just spurted out everywhere. It didn't happen overnight like that.
I know it didn't happen
I'm
until
not
about
saying
now.
it did, but I'm saying I'm pointing out that's where you start seeing the significant declines begin after integration. Right.
So can you tell what was it between 1960 and 1965? Because you went from 60 to 70. The Civil Rights Act was in 65.
Right.
The Civil Rights Act was in 64. The Voting Rights Act.
Remember, guys, at this point, we're post World War II.
At this time, but integration is really coming from 1950.
All right, we're post World War II at this time, so that means women and feminists, all that stuff, and women are working now.
What they got to do is that we got a lot of young black men who was killed in a war. War was still going on when I was born.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like all that stuff was transpiring around that time, so they had a lot more issues than just integration.
Exactly.
Issues.
Yeah, you gotta think about it.
Women being able to work is an issue now.
He was saying like the black people was cool. I'm like, what? Black people
was
cool.
You can see it this way.
If you see the things that they was achieving even before integration and all that, they was doing their thing, bro. They had mad stuff going on.
Some people,
smart and thriving doing their thing. Prior to us being desegregated. Black people
y'all got to stop. Listen,
black people was building. Education rose dramatically from slavery through the 1900s. HBCUs was produced. Doctors, lawyers, all of these things was happening. Healthcare, black doctors ran hospitals and clinics. All of these happening before we even getting into what we want from anybody else. Businesses, economics, we was really doing our thing. Kind of like what Brownsville saying, we was kind of doing our thing.
So
there's a lot of people that were doing stuff
because the way y'all package things and try to make them correlate. There was always doctors, and there was always black doctors, right? Even whether they had hospitals or not, there was black doctors that would come to your home and take care of people. So are you saying the hospitals was better than when a person came to your house when you were sick?
No, we were saying there's more of them. There's more black, especially black warriors.
No, but we always had some black women who was taking care of sick people, even in slavery, right? You wasn't going to no white doctor when you was enslaved. So are y'all saying because we had more while we was enslaved and we had more, people who would take care of black people? Are you saying that doing slavery was better also?
No, that's nobody arguing.
We were probably closer.
We had more of our own. We was building more towards our own, and we
prior to segregation.
Our own children, we was doing our own thing. So the same knowledge, this white man system, the school system teaching you this knowledge. So we
even then you was in the white man system, even when we was segregated. Y'all don't get that.
No, we really. I mean,
just because they allowed us to be over there and we built our own thing, which we did, doesn't mean we wasn't in a white man system. They still control everything.
No. But listen, this is the thing, Bomb. They didn't see us as a threat until it was too late.
They've always seen us as a threat. That's why we was enslaved.
They literally left us alone. That's a major part of why black places like Black Wall Street happened. They didn't believe we were even smart enough to catch up with them.
Listen, so I bet you don't know about all the places where they came and burned down.
No, I'm not saying left us alone. I'm saying they were highly under the thought process that we control them and they're nowhere as smart as us. So they cannot catch up. I'm not saying everything was to ourselves.
Propaganda don't mean that's what they believe, because if that's what they believe, they would have left us alone.
No, that's not true. That's what I'm saying. This is not my argument. It's not about leaving us alone. I'm talking about in terms of they didn't even believe we had the smarts to catch up. So they weren't paying attention to what the black economy was doing. They may have been paying attention. Hey, what's them juke joint songs they got so we can steal all the Little Richard tracks? That's what they was concerned about.
What are you talking about? We had more than juke junks. I thought that's what y'all was saying.
No, I'm pointing. I'm not. Just because I named something, Bomb Cherry, don't mean I'm saying that's it. The end all be all. I'm just pointing out this is one thing we know they factually keep stealing from us, right? They kept stealing the Black Chuck Berry, the Little Richard songs and giving it to white people.
Now
so I'm saying if we looking, we could see historically they were paying more attention to what we you feel me? So we could point out historically at that point in time they were pretty much more concerned or paying more attention to our influence than what we were actually doing business wise, because they weren't even thinking like black economy is going to catch up.
Are you in the South?
For sure. Yeah,
yeah. Now I need you to tell the truth about something. Right now in 2026, how many southern towns can you walk through that look like it's not even from this country? They look like they're from a whole nother country, the areas in 2026 where black people live. So if what you were saying,
I don't know too many of them.
You don't know,
like Charlotte, North Carolina? No, that's not. I mean,
no,
like I get his crime there.
The outskirts of Charlotte, North Carolina.
They are not looking like pieces of shit. I'm from Winston-Salem, high crime rate. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. The projects look fucked up. It's still not. You'll be a lie to say this shit look like a third world country though. And any of us are. We're highly dramatic when we're acting like these places. They look bad for the rest of America, and I can agree with that. But this shit is not looking like fucking Benin when what's her name?
That's a bigger city. She's talking about rural areas. So she's talking about something like Lancaster, South Carolina, or I mean, Rock Hill is a city now. So she's talking about small cities.
If we build it, if you own it, then you can build it, right? My family own property, and they don't want to build no shit on it. They just want to put their raggedy trailers on it until they leaning to the side. And when you have to come and tell them you got to condemn this shit on your own property, and they get mad. They're like, they shouldn't be able to come tell me. Like, dude, your trailer done fell on you already in the park.
Nah, which goes back to, and I'm not trying to separate you from that, but even goes back to what I'm saying earlier about how white people, because I am in West Virginia. I watch these white people have some of the nastiest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Like I'm telling y'all, I've been through some slum areas. I have never seen places like, I'm talking about living wise. I have been in homes here where literally everything in the home is covered in trash and garbage, and it's only a pathway from like the front door to the back. Think about it. When you see hoarders, you see it mostly crackers, not black people. So I get how we look. The community look fucked up, but even in our fucked up communities, we're not living terribly well. White people are actually doing some fucked up shit, and they're not like
I'm not even saying that they're not, but I'm also. I guess we was talking about black communities. Sharon asked a valid question: what's stopping us from building up now? And somebody say she talk about small towns. Well, that's where most of the black ownership with owning their homes is in a lot of smaller areas. Now we have a lot of people live in cities. They don't own their property.
For sure. No, we need to listen. Why, like I said, I just believe we need to listen. I'll correct it because I know we've been arguing, and I kind of made the argument point of what people are against. So let me correct this real quick. I believe that we possibly could have a better possibility to make thriving black cities if maybe we went to the country. Okay, that's just being very honest, because that's how white people got to do a lot of shit. They go to them small ass places where they basically don't even have a government, and then they kind of overpopulate the last bit of the town was there, and then they start changing things over. Like, we're not going to be able to stay in these cities like Atlanta and things because, again, there are white hands that are saying, okay, regardless of that being a black town in Atlanta, it's so much money being made in there. We gotta get our fucking hands in there. So we can't act like the top, like the Bankhead part of Atlanta, Georgia is not filled with crackers still. And those crackers that it is filled with, these are still politically aligning people in big positions. They're owning some of these record labels everybody's saying go to Atlanta for. So they're figuring out how to get their hands in our black things. Maybe if we go somewhere else, we'll have a better odds of that. But even going back to what I was saying to you earlier about how, like, you're right.
I thought the people in Atlanta, I thought the governors and stuff, I thought they were black. Am I right? Either man or wrong? I don't know.
Yeah, you're right.
No,
but
I know there's
it's
black
like,
governors.
but if you always listen to these conversations, is we gotta go and decrease our lifestyle. Listen to what they say. Go to my family stay in a small town. Is absolutely right. They got a couple trailers. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't creating nothing. They're not advancing. Like we gotta start talking about when we talk about advancing, going to the next level. We need to be integrated with other races. Like we just gotta stop it.
Yeah, see now, and that's the retarded ass thought. Like this is again appealing to other people, saying that we can't do it on our own.
KT, hold on 1 second, KT. Because I really don't like to have like this black versus white argument. Because to me, that's not beneficial. Can somebody answer this? And maybe Edelman Williams can answer this, since he believes that we've been in good hands with the conservative people being in charge. Can you explain to me why nationally the black literacy rate has significantly declined from 2024 when it was in 2022, and it's declining every year at an alarming rate? So why are our young black fourth graders and eighth graders failing the reading proficiency exams? Explain that to me, Peter, man. If we're doing so well, explain
I got you. So you said from 2024 to 2025, right?
I'm saying if you look, I'm saying that it's been declining. It's been on a decline, but it was another significant decline from 2022 to 2024.
Yeah, so I want you. I'm about to explain it to you.
Right.
I'm about to explain to you. So I got really involved in the school system in the 21-22 year because I saw something happen when COVID came into our school systems. This is the first time that our kids left the classrooms, and then they start basically doing online school, and then the parents actually had to start teaching these kids. The parents had to hold them accountable because it wasn't a teacher present to do it. And so I believe this big drop in literacy rate is that a lot of these parents was not equipped, honestly, to help their kids be able to get to the next level. And we saw it here in Washington is when the parents had to be the teacher. It was not equipped.
Let me interject.
Let me answer your question. Because you asked me a question that don't want me to answer it. Okay, go ahead.
I want you to answer it. But you're kind of muddying the waters. I want you to answer, why did it disproportionately affect black people versus other races of people?
And I think that black people was not equipped to be teachers. We have been taught that we need to go and give that role to someone else. And those kids was not paying attention online. I got involved. Like I said, this is not a theory. When I got involved and I was like, why is this happening? It's like, well, we don't have these kids sitting in front of us. We got these kids on the stream that's on the Zoom. Their parents is not even making them get up and get dressed. They showing up in pajamas, not paying attention. And I can't hold them accountable as I would be able to hold them accountable in the classroom. So when we start seeing the literacy rate, we haven't taught our kids how to function through a computer and learn.
But why is that? See, because we were just having a conversation, right? And Sharon asked the question, what's preventing us from creating more black communities, right? And you just articulated that we have a significant lack of education when it compares to other ethnicities. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that we wasn't prepared as a black community to be teachers to our kids.
Right.
So the white community is also has lower education through that same rate. So that's what he kind of pointing out. It's weird that all your resolutions come back to because black people can't do this, and it's weirder that you're not saying, well, we should work on that. You're saying let's forfeit these things to other people.
No, I'm answering his question. This is the crazy part. He asked me a black question, and I give a black answer, and then he get mad that I talked about black people. We saw this across the board. All the whole overall school system declined when people left the classroom because of COVID. Like they missed something. The interaction, it shows that kids actually learn better when they interact with other kids, right? If you read together type things. So it wasn't just the Black people that got affected. The Black community got affected at a higher rate than the other community because everybody reading level went down after COVID.
And your answer, your answer for it disproportionately affecting Black people was that we weren't prepared to teach our children. That was your answer, correct?
Yes. What I am saying is that we have been taught to give these responsibilities to other people. We've actually developed something called the Reader's Cup here, where we start giving out tablets, laptops. We start giving out all of these. Me and Sharon talked about it. We start incentivizing people to help their kids read, and that they can be incentivized through our organization because we understood